What if I told you that some criminals are literally paying $500,000 per year to stay in prison, and there's actually a waiting list to get in? While most people think of prison as orange jumpsuits, metal bars, and terrible food, the ultra-wealthy have completely rewritten the rules of incarceration, turning punishment into what can only be described as the world's most exclusive and expensive membership clubs. But here's the kicker that'll make your brain do backflips. These luxury facilities actually work better than traditional prisons, with recidivism rates so low that some countries are closing regular prisons because they don't have enough repeat offenders to fill them. The ultra-rich didn't just buy their way into comfortable cells. They accidentally discovered that treating people like human beings might actually be the secret to rehabilitation. Bespoke Prison, Norway, the island paradise, where crime actually pays. Imagine if Club Med had a baby with minimum security detention. That's Bespoke Prison for you. This Norwegian facility sits on a 2.6 square kilometer island where inmates live in wooden cottages that would make your Airbnb host jealous. But here's the kicker that'll blow your mind. Prisoners here earn up to $10 per hour doing jobs that most college graduates would kill for. The math gets even crazier when you realize these convicts are basically living in a Scandinavian vacation resort where the average daily cost per prisoner is $93, less than what you'd spend on a decent hotel room in Times Square. What's the secret sauce that makes this place work so well that it has a recidivism rate of just 16%? But wait, there's more mind-bending stuff coming your way. These inmates don't wear orange jumpsuits that scream criminal. They dress in regular clothes and live in houses with actual keys. Yes, you heard that right. They have keys to their own doors. The warden trusts them more than your landlord trusts you with the security deposit. The plot twist that nobody saw coming? Many prisoners actually request to stay longer because life on Bespoke Island beats their previous living situations by a country mile. Some have described it as the first time I've ever felt truly free, which is ironically hilarious considering they're literally in prison. Want to know what makes the next facility even more luxurious than living on a private Norwegian island? Club Fed, Otisville Federal Correctional Institution, New York. Welcome to the country club that accidentally became a federal prison, or maybe it's the other way around. Nobody's quite sure anymore. Otisville FCI has earned its nickname Club Fed because it makes regular prison look like medieval torture, while this place resembles something between a corporate retreat and summer camp for adults with questionable investment strategies. The price tag for this premium incarceration experience? A whopping $36,000 per year per inmate, which sounds expensive until you realize that's cheaper than most private colleges and comes with 3 guaranteed meals a day. But here's where things get absolutely wild. The waiting list to get into Otisville is longer than the queue for the newest iPhone, and we're talking about prison here, not Disney World. But the real kicker that makes your jaw drop? Inmates here can wear their own clothes, maintain their own bank accounts, and even attend religious services in a chapel that looks suspiciously like a high-end wedding venue. The commissary stocks everything from sushi to premium coffee brands because apparently even white-collar criminals have refined palates that refuse to be compromised. Here's the plot twist that nobody talks about. Many inmates at Otisville have higher net worths than the guards watching them, creating the world's most expensive babysitting service. Some prisoners have been known to tip the staff better than most people tip their servers at fancy restaurants. Ready to discover what happens when an Austrian prison decides to cosplay as a luxury resort? Leoben Prison, Austria, where architecture meets rehabilitation in $150 million. Style step into the future of incarceration, where Leoben Prison looks more like a modern art museum than a detention facility. And the $150 million price tag starts making sense when you realize this place was designed by architects who clearly thought orange jumpsuits were too mainstream. This Austrian masterpiece proves that when you spend $300,000 per cell, you're not just housing criminals, you're making a statement that would make interior designers everywhere weep with envy. The moment you walk through those doors, you'll swear someone accidentally built a 5-star hotel and just forgot to mention the part about not being able to leave whenever you want. Each cell comes equipped with a private bathroom that's cleaner than most people's actual homes, a refrigerator that stocks better food than your local corner store, and a television that gets more channels than your overpriced cable package. But here's where your brain starts doing backflips. Inmates get to wear their own clothes, cook their own meals in communal kitchens that would make Gordon Ramsay jealous, and participate in programs that sound more like luxury retreat activities than punishment. The library contains more books than most small towns, and the computer lab has better equipment than some offices. The real mindbender comes when you discover that Loban operates on an honor system where prisoners hold their own keys and move freely throughout the facility during designated hours. It's like they took the concept of being imprisoned and decided to redefine it entirely, creating something that falls somewhere between detention and an extended stay at a wellness center. What makes this Austrian experiment even more fascinating is how the recidivism rate dropped to levels that would make other countries incredibly jealous, proving that sometimes treating people like human beings actually works better than treating them like animals. But wait until you see what happens when Scandinavian design meets criminal justice reform. Halden Prison, Norway, the $252 million masterpiece that redefined luxury incarceration. Forget everything you thought you knew about prison because Halden just threw the rulebook out the window and built something that makes luxury hotels look like budget motels. This Norwegian facility cost $252 million to construct, which breaks down to roughly $500,000 per cell, more than most people's entire houses, and that's before you factor in the operational costs that would make your accountant cry. Walking into Halden feels like stepping into an episode of Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, except the rich and famous happen to be serving time for various criminal activities. The cells are larger than most New York City apartments, complete with flat-screen TVs, mini fridges, and private bathrooms that rival those found in upscale hotels. But here's the kicker that'll make your head spin. Inmates can decorate their rooms however they want, turning their cells into personal sanctuaries. But the plot twist that nobody saw coming involves the prison's approach to rehabilitation, where inmates learn actual job skills in workshops that look more like high-tech training facilities than traditional prison industries. The woodworking shop produces furniture that sells in upscale stores, while the culinary program graduates students who go on to work in restaurants that you probably can't afford. The most jaw-dropping detail? Guards at Halden don't carry weapons or even wear uniforms. They dress in casual clothes and are trained more like social workers than traditional correctional officers. Ready to discover how the Dutch took this concept and somehow made it even more luxurious? Norgerhaven Prison, Netherlands, where open doors policy meets $400,000 per year. Luxury, prepare to have your mind completely blown by a Dutch prison that operates with doors so open, you'll wonder if they accidentally built a resort and forgot to mention the minor detail about being incarcerated. Norgerhaven Prison costs taxpayers approximately $400,000 per prisoner annually, making it more expensive than sending someone to Harvard for 4 years, except these students already have their degrees in poor life choices. Here's where reality gets turned completely upside down. This facility operates as an open prison where inmates can leave during the day for work, return in the evening like they're coming home from a regular job, and the only thing stopping them from never coming back is their own conscience. It's like the ultimate trust exercise where the Dutch government bet $400,000 per person that honor system actually works. But here's the detail that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about criminal justice. Many prisoners at Norgerhaven earn regular wages from their outside jobs, pay taxes like normal citizens, and send money home to support their families. Some inmates have been known to earn more money while serving time than they made before their conviction, creating the world's most expensive career development program. The success rate speaks volumes louder than critics ever could, with recidivism rates so low that other countries send delegations to study what the Dutch discovered that everyone else missed. But wait until you see what happens when Swiss precision meets luxury incarceration. Champdalen Prison, Switzerland, where $100,000 annual fees buy Swiss quality incarceration. Switzerland doesn't just make expensive watches and chocolate. They've also perfected the art of luxury incarceration at Champdalen Prison, where the annual cost per inmate reaches $100,000, proving that even criminal justice gets the Swiss premium treatment. This facility redefines what it means to do time by making every moment feel more like an extended stay at a wellness retreat than punishment for breaking the law. The moment you step inside, you'll understand why Switzerland charges premium prices for everything, including keeping criminals comfortable while they contemplate their life choices. Each cell comes equipped with amenities that would make budget hotels jealous. Private bathrooms cleaner than most public restrooms, televisions with international channels, and enough space to actually move around without bumping into walls every 5 seconds. But here's where the Swiss attention to detail really shines. Inmates receive 3 gourmet meals daily that would cost you $50 each at restaurants in downtown Geneva, plus access to recreational facilities that include everything from fitness centers to craft workshops where they create products that sell in actual stores. The library stocks books in multiple languages because even criminals deserve intellectual stimulation. The plot twist that makes this whole setup even more interesting? Chambre d'Olon operates on Swiss efficiency principles, meaning everything runs exactly on schedule. Inmates know precisely what to expect every day, and the rehabilitation programs are so well organized that they make corporate training seminars look chaotic by comparison. What really sets this facility apart is how inmates can pursue education and job training programs that actually prepare them for real careers after release, rather than just teaching them how to make license plates or break rocks. The Swiss approach proves that investing in rehabilitation costs more upfront, but saves money long-term by preventing repeat offenses. Ready to discover what happens when Scandinavian socialism meets ultra-luxury corrections? Storstrøm Prison, Denmark. The $280 million facility where crime becomes surprisingly comfortable. Welcome to Denmark's $280 million answer to the question, what happens when you design a prison using IKEA aesthetics and unlimited budget? Storstrøm Prison makes luxury hotels look like bargain accommodations, while redefining everything you thought you knew about criminal justice. This facility costs approximately $100,000 per inmate annually, which sounds expensive until you realize it's cheaper than sending someone to private school and comes with guaranteed housing. The architecture alone will make your jaw hit the floor. Imagine if Apple designed a prison using Scandinavian minimalism and forgot that it was supposed to feel like punishment rather than a design showcase. Each housing unit features floor-to-ceiling windows that flood the space with natural light, creating an atmosphere more reminiscent of a modern apartment complex than a correctional facility. But here's where things get absolutely mind-bending. Inmates live in clusters that feel more like college dormitories, complete with communal kitchens where they cook meals using ingredients they select themselves, shared living areas with comfortable seating that rivals your favorite coffee shop, and private rooms that many people would gladly pay rent to occupy. The whole setup makes you wonder if Danish criminals hit the architectural lottery. The recreational facilities read like a premium gym membership brochure, state-of-the-art fitness equipment, sports courts that would make high schools jealous, and workshop spaces where inmates learn skills that actually translate to real jobs after release. The education programs offer everything from basic literacy to university-level courses, because Denmark believes that ignorance should be the only crime that doesn't get repeated. Here's the kicker that'll make your brain do somersaults. The recidivism rate at facilities like Storstrøm is so low that Denmark actually has to close prisons because they don't have enough criminals to fill them.